Hi, my name is Mackenzie.
Hi, I'm CJ.
I'll be your provider for today. These are a list of the goals and objectives of the business. Then another thing I have to mention to you is the confidentiality form, which is whatever you say stays between me and you, but if you have intentions of hurting yourself or someone else, then I'm mandated, so I have to tell someone who's higher than me. So I have to report that, just so you know, because not a lot of people know that. And then you can just skim through this if you want. You don't have to. Like, you can look over it later. But if you would, could you sign it so I've written consent too? Alright. Thank you. That's it. Okay, so can you tell me, like, what brings you here today? How's your day going?
Well, I mean, it's alright. But, I've been having some problems with my mom and my dad lately.
Can you tell me, like, what about?
Well, pretty much my mom's just, like, kind of not in my life, and she doesn't really know how to support me in the ways a mother should.
Now, how has your relationship been with your mother?
I mean, not good. It's always been pretty bad, so.
Can you give me a little background about how you grew up and your relationship with your parents, both your mom and dad?
I mean, we had a lot of problems growing up, like, with my dad, so my mom kind of takes it on to me most of the time.
Now, do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a younger brother and an older sister.
What's your sister's name?
Heather.
What's your brother's name?
Robert.
Alright. So you said that your mother's never there to support you when you need her, and your father, I'm assuming, is like either on her side all the time or just picks arguments with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that get frustrating?
Yeah, it does. It gets annoying too, so.
Yeah, I bet. Now, does your brother feel the same way or no?
No, he's different. He's kind of baby, so it's like.
Does that like frustrate you too? Because you have to you have to work for everything that you have, and he just gets handouts.
Yeah. Well, my brother has he's kind of got like a mental learning disability thing. So they kind of just baby
him. Yeah. So that obviously puts a strain on your relationship with your mom and father. Now, do you get along with your sister?
Sometimes.
So, for the most part, though, you get along, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, is she there for your support? Like, does she, like, back you up in decisions or no?
Depends, really. Like, she'll, like, give me advice, but she won't, like, help me out with stuff sometimes, so.
Yeah. So, does that make you feel like you wish you had more people there for you? Wish
Yeah,
your family would understand your situation and, you know, your mother would step up and be more responsible?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And have you like tried to sit down and talk to both of your parents about how you feel about this, or?
No, I mean I could, but I don't know.
You just don't think they'll listen?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could try that first, but then if you don't think they'll listen or whatever, and you don't think it'll be easy to communicate with them, because I know sometimes for people it's hard to be like face to face with a person and communicate. You could pour your feelings into a letter, like write a letter out to like both your mom and dad, or you could write separate letters and then give it to them and be like, can you take the time out of your day to sit down and read this, and you know, and go from there and see if that option works.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Alright. So have you tried to like bond with your brother and build your relationship or no?
We were really close when we were younger. I think he just
drifted apart. Well, maybe if you guys all could like take time out of your day and like go do something like a family activity, like go to the park, have a picnic, or go to the movies, you know, do something like that. But if you don't want to do that, then I mean, you could probably just have a movie night at your house, like, you know, so that way you don't have to spend money.
Yeah, my brother is like whenever we go out and do stuff, he doesn't ever want to go. So
he's antisocial.
Yeah.
Whereas like you're more outgoing. Are your parents that way too?
It depends. Like they like to stay inside, but like they also like to go out.
So you said that you don't have a good relationship with both your parents. So when you're at your friend's house and you see your friends like interacting with their parents and see how they are with their parents, like does that make you upset? Like does that make you feel bad?
Yeah, it definitely gets to me sometimes. Like
yeah. Do you ever tell your mom and explain to her like, you know, this is how.
Yeah, I brought it up, like, when we get into arguments, I always bring it up. I make her feel bad about it, and usually make her cry, but
Oh my gosh.
she doesn't really, like, get it. Like, if she makes it about her, like,
Yeah.
like, she'll be like, why are you always like this to me? And doesn't realize that.
And that can be frustrating because, like, everything revolves around her.
Yeah.
So have you, like, mentioned family counseling? Or no? Do you think she'll be offended by that?
I mean, I've never mentioned it, but I feel like if my mom went, my dad wouldn't, so it would still cause problems.
Yeah. So how was their life growing up as a kid? Like, how were their parents with them?
Well, my dad was a farmer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he was, like, forced into doing farm chores.
Oh, so he was, like, strict, like, organized on a schedule. Like,
I don't really know if it was strict and organized, but he definitely, like, didn't really have a childhood she should have, you know.
uh-huh.
And my mom, I don't really know. Like, when she grew up, she got into drugs when she was older.
Oh, God.
Some crazy stuff.
So do you think that, like, influenced how they raised you?
I don't know, really. Like, I feel like, I don't know, with age, they changed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, they had problems in their marriage, so I feel like their problems, like, influenced on us, you know.
So first, do you feel like they need to work on their relationship together,
Definitely,
and
yeah.
then work on it? Do they communicate often?
Yeah, they're, like, always together, like, constantly together.
Uh-huh.
Like, they can't do anything without each other.
And do they talk about their problems, or do they just, like, yell and scream at each other?
They just, yeah, they yell and scream.
Well, have you, since you all, like, don't really get along that well, have you, like, mentioned to them maybe you should all sit down one night at the table, like, have a family dinner, and then just kind of slowly bring it up and be like,
It kind of does get slowly brought up, because, like, my mom has build up, and then when she gets angry, she'll just be like, remember this?
And then she doesn't calm down, and it just goes back to past things, and she doesn't move on.
Yeah, and it
like,
just turns into a huge argument.
Yeah, and then it just starts a cycle all over again. That's gotta be frustrating. I'm trying to think of other options that we could do for you.
Well, we could always bring my mom in.
Do you think she would want to come in, or do you think that she would get upset?
I feel like she would, because, like, she likes to tell people her problems, but she, like, makes it so you have to agree with her. And she won't understand that there are other issues, and some of them are her. She just thinks that all the problems go directly to her, like.
And you said that she's, like, always, like, eventually during the conversation, she's always, like, yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
So maybe she should, like, take a yoga class, like, just to calm down and, like, meditate and, like, chill.
I don't know. She's got osteoporosis.
Oh, God. Yeah, never mind then. Wow. So do you think, does your dad have a bad temper too?
Yeah, most of the time.
Does he have friends? Like, a lot of friends? Does he go out and do things?
He's only got one friend. His name's Yardi.
Do they go out and do activities together?
No, they just kind of do gardening together.
Oh. Oh. Well, I'm trying to think.
They don't really go out. They just stay home most of the time.
So do you have, like, since you can't really open up to your mom a lot, do you have a hard time opening up to, like, new people? And, like,
yeah, I'm really, like, shy. I don't really say much most of the time until I get to know
like, not
someone.
only has it impacted just, like, your relationship with your parents, but, like, when you meet new people and, like, your friends, like, is it awkward, and, like, does it impact your friends, like, your relationship with your friends because you're not as open with them?
Well, yeah, because, like, whenever I told my mom something when I was younger, she would tell my whole family, so now...
So now you have trust issues, so do your friends understand that, though?
No, they don't really get it.
And that's, like, have you sat your friends down and, like, listen?
Like, they know, like, they've witnessed it, so... They just don't understand, like, how it still goes on, like, the same stuff happens again and again and again.
Do you, like, do you feel like everything that happens, like, impacts your, like, anger and your temper a lot?
I've just got a lot of patience, because if I just ignore my parents, you know, it goes away. Just let them bitch it out, you know.
Well, ignoring stuff isn't really always the solution
I
to the
know.
problem.
Sometimes I just yell back and it just turns into a huge
Another argument.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, maybe you guys could all sit down since your mom would probably be up for counseling. Come in. You can book like another session if you'd like to, or I could refer you to another clinic, and you can come in and talk and sit down, and hopefully we'll resolve some issues.
All right.
But here's your paperwork. All right. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.